Hi guys! In today's video, I'm going to be making abstract art with slime, and this video is very kindly sponsored by Elmer's. If you watched my videos before, you're probably already familiar with the brand. It's my favourite glue brand, and in today's video, we're going to be doing epic challenges based off their What If campaign. And their What If campaign is basically challenging loads of YouTubers and just slime makers in general to make these amazing, huge projects that we wouldn't have otherwise done. And my one said, what if you got artsy with slime? Beauty can't be contained, or can it? Get your creative juices and slime flowing because you're about to create gorgeous and gooey modern art. So the first thing I did was create some slime. Some of it was prepared before because I used a lot of clear slime in this video, and if you guys aren't familiar with clear slime, it takes a while to clear up because all the bubbles need to rise to the top. But my favourite method to use from them at the moment is just mixing their 3 clear slimes that are coloured together, because it means I don't have to add any food dye and it just makes it so much easier to make. And then I add their magic activator. And this is really great, but if you want a super clear slime like this, I do recommend using contact lens solution and baking soda. So for this first abstract art, I actually used white glue on top of my clear slime, and this was really fun to do. I dyed it with some food dye on top of it, and then I just mixed it all in and added it to a container and just saw what would happen. And it was really fun because it was one of those things that was so beautiful at first, and then within seconds it's destroyed. So I decided to add the remnants of this colouring onto the thing again, and then also add some glitter there. And it kind of looked like a waterfall to me. It looked so beautiful. I loved how it glistened. I just thought it was amazing and so relaxing. So this was my first piece of art. The second piece was an amazing plexiglass cube. And bear in mind, this big container I have here is 16 litres worth of clear slime. And I had to add 2 of these. So there were over 32 litres of slime in here, which made it so heavy. So I couldn't actually move this for days. And this one was an avalanche that I was making. But at first, I was trying to make a what if sign because they gave me a really cool stencil. But I messed this up, so I had to improvise, and I'm so glad I did because this ended up so pretty. And I added loads of different pigments at the top, and I decided that I wanted to make it a clear pigment slime. And if you guys aren't familiar with this, it's quite hard to do this because you need different densities for it to kind of do that avalanche effect. So I decided to just put my pigment slimes on top of the clear slime with different densities, in that some of them were overactivated, some of them weren't as activated, so they just fell to different levels. And then I topped off with some white glue slime. All of this is obviously Elmer's, and the great thing about school glue as well is that it isn't a super thick glue, so when you're making it, it kind of like falls through the slime really beautifully to give this effect in a couple of days. And I was so proud of this. It was just so beautiful. I love the effect in the cube because you could see all of the beauty in all of its glory, and this is what it looked like. I love the first cube art so much that I decided to do another, and the second one I kind of wanted to make it like a stained glass mirror effect, in that I wanted to add loads and loads of glitters at the bottom and then top it with a lot of clear slime. And I was hoping to put it in front of the sun, but if you are in England at the moment, you'll know the sun is fully gone by 3 PM. So when I was filming this, it was all good, and then literally 10 minutes later it turned dark, so I didn't get to do that. But it did mean that I didn't have to resist touching it, and I could mix it all up. So I decided to go in and start at the bottom, and I kind of pulled it up, and this was so much fun for me because it came through it like waves. This wasn't a sticky slime at all, but it was slightly underactivated just because I wanted it to be able to move through very freely, but it held so beautifully. And if you look at it, oh, I just couldn't get over this. It looks like I've used one of those sparkle apps where it just kind of like adds to the sparkle, but this is all natural. It's so pretty, and it was just so nice. So I decided to add even more glycerin. And this one, it kind of did ruin the colour a bit just because it was grey, so the other colours didn't shine through as much. But with that being said, I didn't mind at all because it was so beautiful. I loved pulling it, especially as sun was setting, and it just looks so gorgeous. Look at it, it's just glistening. To make the slime a bit more special, I did decide to add all my flame beads to this, just to add a really nice crunchy layer. If you haven't added flame beads to clear slime before, this is so nice. The only downside is the flame beads do colour the slime, so sometimes it kind of takes away from the cool effects of the slime, but it does add an amazing crunchy layer. After my epic fail with the Elmer's stencil earlier, I decided to try it on a flat surface instead of one that was way too high up because that was completely my fault, and I decided to do it with glitter, and I tried to do it with all the Elmer's colours with these glitters. The ball was actually so hard to do, the rest of it was pretty easy, so I decided to add the ball plastic part in, but I was so happy with this. It was so nice, and I love how accurate the stencil was. Sometimes when you lift stencils up, they kind of like spill everywhere, but this kept everything in shape, and it got so perfect that I just didn't want to ruin it, so instead of dropping the slime on top of it at first, I just moved it to the side, but this is what it looked like. The first one went so well, I decided to try and do like a rainbow ombre effect, and I went a bit faster with this one, which I kind of regret. I wish I did it a bit slower like the first one, because I was being so meticulous in that one that there were no room for mistakes. And this one did work really well, to be fair. I'm making it sound like I completely messed it up, but I didn't. It was very pretty. It just could have been a tiny bit better. Like you can see, it just kind of fell out of the sides a bit, and then when I put the plexiglass on top, it kind of lost it. I wanted to like put the plexiglass there and then the clear slime on top so it kind of looked like a mirror, but that didn't work, so I lifted up the plexiglass and I just poured the slime on like a waterfall that way, and it actually ended up looking very pretty. I love how it moved all the glitters, and this is the slime. The last method was a bit of a fail, which made me laugh, and I think it just ended up very pretty, so it was like a funny mistake, so I included it. But I tried to add the stencil onto slime, and if you guys have put your hands in slime slowly, you will know what happens. Basically, slime needs to be handled quickly, otherwise it sticks to everything. Thank you so much for watching my video, and thank you also to Elmer's for sponsoring it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week.